Before Johnny Cash became a legend, before Willie Nelson became an icon, before Dolly Parton, George Jones, Merle Haggard, and countless others changed country music forever, there were artists laying the foundation. Some created sounds that would define generations. Some wrote songs that became standards. Others developed styles that future superstars would simply borrow. And yet today, their names are barely mentioned. Tonight, we're going back to uncover 13 forgotten country stars whose influence was far greater than their fame.
I had but one chance, and that was to run.
These aren't necessarily the biggest stars. They are the stars behind the stars. Welcome to Saddle Sounds 77. Number 13, Jimmie Rodgers, the singing brakeman. If you want to understand modern country music, you have to go back to Jimmie Rodgers. Long before country music had become a massive commercial industry, Rodgers was already developing a sound that combined traditional folk music, blues, and railroad songs. His nickname was the Singing Brakeman. Inspired by his railroad background, but his greatest contribution wasn't simply his voice.
Walked up to a brakeman to give him a...
It was his ability to combine different American musical traditions into something new. His famous yodeling style became one of his trademarks.
He put me off in Texas.
And countless performers borrowed elements of it. Rodgers became one of the earliest nationally recognized country music stars, but his career was tragically short.
Nobody seems to want me.
Tuberculosis had already damaged his health, yet he continued recording whenever he could. He died in 1933, only 35 years old.
Though my pocketbook is empty.
But his influence continued growing long after his death. Country singers learned from Rodgers that you didn't have to stay inside one musical box. You could mix blues, folk, Western music, and personal storytelling. That idea would eventually become one of the foundations of country music. The man disappeared. The influence didn't.
Hey, dear old daddy.
Number 12. The Carter family. The family that built a foundation. Before country music became Nashville's business, there was the Peel Chalv. Carter family. A.P. Carter, Sarah Carter, and Maybelle Carter helped establish a musical vocabulary that generations of country musicians would inherit. And Maybelle Carter deserves special attention. Her guitar style, often called Carter family picking, became enormously influential. Instead of simply playing chords, she could carry melody and rhythm simultaneously. It sounds simple today, but at the time, it was revolutionary. The Carter family's recordings circulated across America, especially through radio and record. Their songs entered the musical bloodstream of Appalachia and beyond. Years later, artists from country, folk, and even rock would draw from their material and techniques. The Carter family didn't have stadium tours. They didn't have social media. They didn't have modern recording technology. But they had something more powerful. A musical language that survived them. Number Number 11. Ernest Tubb, the man who helped create honky-tonk. When people talk about honky-tonk country,
Honky-tonk heart.
one name deserves much more attention. Ernest Tubb.
Honky-tonk heart.
Tubb wasn't necessarily the most technically polished vocalist, and that was part of his appeal. His voice sounded human.
Some lights are burning and the wine flows.
His songs were filled with heartbreak, loneliness, drinking, working-class life, and romantic disappointment.
Now you,
In other words,
sweethearts, good
real life.
and
His 1941 hit,
on a honky-tonk floor.
Walking the Floor Over You, helped establish the honky-tonk sound that would dominate country music in the years that followed. And Tubbs' influence didn't stop with his own records. He also helped provide opportunities for younger musicians.
I'll do it for you.
His Texas Troubadours became an important training ground for future country talent. Tubb understood something that many performers didn't.
And I've waited so long.
You didn't need to sound perfect. You needed to sound believable.
Songs to a bar and a
That
small.
philosophy would become central to country music.
You're a honky-tonk angel.
Number 10. Bob Wills, the king of Western swing. Imagine country music. Then add jazz, add blues, add swing, add a dance band. The result? Western swing. And one of its greatest architects was Bob Wills. With his Texas Playboys, Wills transformed country music from something primarily acoustic into something energetic, sophisticated, and danceable. His music proved that country didn't have to remain static. It could evolve. That idea became extremely important.
In spite of all the hard times.
Decades later, artists would continue borrowing from Wills's combination of country and other musical styles. He influenced everyone, from traditional country performers to musicians who would eventually help create the Bakersfield sound. Wills didn't just make country music.
When you cross that,
He showed musicians that country music could absorb almost anything.
you gotta live in Texas. You gotta.
Number 9. Floyd Kramer, the piano sound behind the stars. Here's one many casual country fans won't recognize. Floyd Kramer. But you've probably heard his influence. Kramer was one of Nashville's most important session musicians. His distinctive piano style became known for a gentle, rolling sound that helped define the Nashville sound. He wasn't always standing at the front of the stage. He was often sitting behind the scenes, and that is exactly why his story matters. The history of country music isn't only about singers. It's also about the musicians who quietly created the sound behind them. Kramer played on countless recordings and became one of Nashville's most respected musicians. He helped prove that sometimes the person shaping the sound isn't the person whose face is on the album cover. Number 8. Hank Snow, the Canadian who became a country giant.
Mr. Fireman, won't you please listen to me, 'cause I got a pretty...
Country music has always crossed borders, and few artists demonstrated that better than Hank Snow.
Keep rolling on.
Born in Nova Scotia, Canada, Snow eventually became an important figure in American country music. His smooth voice and distinctive guitar style helped
I've warned you, baby, from time to time, but you just wouldn't.
make him one of the genre's major stars. But his influence extends beyond his own recordings.
Well, I tell you, I've known you for a long time, Hank, but
One of the most important stories surrounding Snow is his connection to a young musician named Elvis Presley.
Loud whistle as it blew and blues, and hello to the Southland.
Snow was already an established country star when Elvis was beginning his career. The country world was changing. Rockabilly was emerging,
Mr. Engineer, take the throttle in hand, let's ride, let's...
and the boundaries between country, blues, and rock were becoming increasingly blurred. Snow stood at the center of that transition.
I've warned you, baby, from time to time, but...
His career demonstrates how country music wasn't simply an American sound. It was becoming an international language.
To play, you're gonna want to daddy, but the daddy will say, keep moving.
Number 7. Lefty Frizzell, the voice that changed country singing. Some singers influence music through songwriting.
We're gonna have a time. We'll make
Some through instruments. Lefty Frizzell influenced country music through the way he sang.
Well, ain't no use to tarry. So
His relaxed phrasing and emotional delivery were radically different from the stiff vocal style common in earlier country music.
fun, baby, all the way down the line.
Frizzell made the lyrics feel conversational. He sounded like a man talking directly to you.
If you got the money, honey.
That style became hugely influential. Young singers studied his phrasing. Among them was a future legend named
We'll make all the night spots dance to the music.
Merle Haggard. Frizzell's influence also reached other major country performers.
Well, ain't no use to tarry. So let's start out.
He helped create a vocal approach that made country singing sound more intimate, vulnerable, and modern. His career was relatively short compared with some of the legends who followed him, but his voice became a blueprint.
We'll go honky tonk now. We're going.
You may not know Lefty Frizzell, but you've heard the singers he influenced. Number 6. Webb Pierce, the Rhinestone King. Webb Pierce understood something early. Country music wasn't just about the music. It was also about image? With flashy outfits, elaborate cars, and a highly recognizable appearance, Pierce became one of the defining stars of 1950s country music.
By my side.
Musically, he was enormously successful. But his greatest legacy may be how he helped turn country music into a visual entertainment business. The colorful stage clothes, the exaggerated personalities, the recognizable stars, that would become a major part of country music's future. Pierce also helped create opportunities for younger performers. His influence wasn't always subtle. Sometimes it was glittering. Sometimes it was controversial. But it was impossible to ignore. Number 5. Carl Perkins, the country man behind rockabilly. Now things get interesting. Because Carl Perkins stands right at the intersection of country, blues, and rock. Perkins grew up surrounded by country music. But he absorbed blues and rhythm and blues as well. The result was rockabilly.
No matches. I got a long way to go. Talk to me, little.
His guitar playing and songwriting helped create a sound that would influence an entirely new generation, and his influence reached beyond country.
Yes, I'm a...
The musicians who would later become rock legends were paying attention. Perkins demonstrated that country musicians could take their traditional roots and combine them with newer sounds.
I'm sitting here wondering what a matchbox.
That crossover would become one of the defining characteristics of American popular music. Country wasn't disappearing. It was evolving.
I ain't got no matches. I got a long way to go.
Number 4. The Louvin Brothers. Harmony that still haunts country music. There are harmonies, and then there are
The harvest moon.
the Louvin Brothers. Ira and Charlie Louvin created some of the most distinctive brother harmonies in country music. Their voices seemed to intertwine, but beneath the beautiful harmonies were songs about faith, temptation, heartbreak, and human weakness. Number 3. Don Gibson. Don Gibson didn't need flashy performances to leave his mark. His gift was the ability to turn heartbreak, loneliness,
I should have some fun, paint the town.
and everyday emotions into unforgettable country songs.
She's out of fancy free. She's working
With classics like Oh Lonesome Me and I Can't Stop Loving You.
well, there must be some way I can lose these lonesome blues.
Gibson created a songwriting style that influenced generations of country artists. But as the years passed, his name gradually became less visible to mainstream audiences.
Thought of everything there to see.
Yet his influence never disappeared. His songs continued to be recorded, covered, and remembered by artists who understood the power of a simple melody
A bad mistake I'm making by just hanging.
and an honest story. Don Gibson may have faded from the spotlight, but the songs he left behind never did. Number 2. Marty Robbins. Marty Robbins was more than a country singer.
His cantina, music would play and fully know.
He was a storyteller, a racer, a songwriter, and one of the most versatile stars country music ever produced. His legendary
Dashing and daring, a drinky.
El Paso proved that a country song could feel like a full-blown Western movie. But as musical tastes changed,
Down with his hand for the gun that he.
Robbins' presence on the charts eventually faded. Still, his influence remained everywhere.
As I read out where the horses were taught.
From Western storytelling to country artists who followed his path.
What a good one, it looked like it could run up on its.
Marty Robbins didn't simply sing country music. He created worlds inside his songs.
It's been so long.
And decades later, those worlds are still being visited.
I said,
One, Ernest Tubb. Before modern country music had fully found its identity,
I'm hoping
Ernest Tubb was already helping build it. Known as the Texas Troubadour, Tubb helped popularize the honky-tonk sound
now someday.
and became one of the most important figures in early country music. His voice, guitar style,
talking the bull over you.
And straightforward songs influenced countless artists who came after him. Eventually, his name became less familiar to younger generations.
At last here I am the hero.
But listen closely to classic honky-tonk country, and you'll hear his fingerprints everywhere.
My love is strong and it pushes me onward.
Ernest Tubb may no longer dominate the conversation.
You left me and you.
But without pioneers like him, the country music we know today might sound completely different. 77.